So we're going to do a news of the day type video because there's some kind of big news coming out of New Jersey where Cory Schneider's on waivers. We had kind of expected this, right? Where when they picked up Louis Domingue in a trade, we went, well, they're not going to send Blackwood down, so it's going to be Schneider. And so Schneider is supposed to go down to the American League with the hopes that he gets his game back. And I remember during the summer, I didn't have a whole lot of faith in Schneider. And the funny thing about it is that I've always been a huge fan of his, and I've always liked him a lot. I have t-shirts of Cory Schneider from when he played in Vancouver. Just, shirt has Schneider's picture on it. And, when he got traded to New Jersey, I went out and got a couple of shirts. Same as when BX left Vancouver, I got a couple shirts that were emblazoned with his name because they were two of my favorite Canucks. And it was sad to see him go. In BX's case, it was time. And in Schneider's case, we had a GM that decided he wanted the number 9 draft pick. And at the time, it was a very controversial trade because Schneider was the goalie of the future in Vancouver. He was going to be great. And, right now we look at his price tag. Right now we look at his stats. And we are going to, discuss whether or not he can ever get it back. But he did have some good years there. He did. He had some good years as a starter in New Jersey. It was a solid acquisition by the New Jersey Devils. And he's just, I think the injuries have left him not the goaltender he was before he got them. And this does happen. I hope he gets his game back. I'm not overly optimistic because, again, we've got, this is year 3 or 4 now that we've seen poor stats from him. It's definitely added up. And now it's resulted in this, where Cory Schneider is headed to the American League, and I wonder how much longer he's going to be playing professional hockey. I feel for the guy. He seemed like a great guy when he was in Vancouver, and I had wished at the time that the Canucks had kept him. I never understood that. Okay, Luongo, we're going to replace you with Cory. All right, we've traded Cory. Hey, Roberto, remember what we're not replacing you now. Come on back. Come on. What do you mean you don't want to come back? Come on back. Well, fine, we'll trade you too then. People are going to think this is genius in 5 years, I tell you. We go from having 2 good goaltenders to having none. But, now here we are, Markstrom and Demko. And Markstrom's the guy they got for Luongo. And, of course, Bo Horvat for the Canucks. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with Schneider. Louis Domingue comes up. I would assume this means Blackwood's going to play a lion's share of the games. Domingue will get action here and there, and we'll see if that helps. We will. All right, on to other news. Sundqvist. So that hearing yesterday, when I saw it was a fine, I went, I'm not going to make a video about a fine. He was fined about $7,300. It's the maximum allowable. It's basically just a slap on the wrist, and don't you do that again. Not a huge deal for these guys that make millions, right? Although Sundqvist doesn't make as much as some of his other teammates, but they'll pitch and they'll just buy him dinner. It'll be fine. On to the Montreal Canadiens, where Drouin had surgery on his wrist. Paul Byron has knee surgery tomorrow. And no timeline for return. It's supposed to be week to week after that. So those are 2 forwards out of the lineup. Now, Byron's been off to an offensively slow start. However, Paul Byron does a little bit of everything out there. So they will feel the loss of him on the roster. And for Drouin, he has been off to a very good start this season. Hopefully, this doesn't sidetrack it. Hopefully, when he comes back, he's able to continue at the pace he was going on prior to the injury. So we still don't know exactly when it happened, but yeah, Drouin got hurt, and we'll see how long either of these guys are out of the lineup for Montreal. Philadelphia has called up Morgan Frost, which I'm sure fans are going to be excited about. Twarynski goes to the American League. Twarynski's an interesting one. He's never going to score a ton of points, I don't think. But good energy guy, seems like a good kid. And he's one that's been down and up a lot this year. I think this is his 3rd trip to the minors so far this year. Good kid, and when you see them getting their frequent flyer miles going back and forth, I know it's not far to their American League affiliate. I'm just saying, when you see them, making those trips, American League, NHL, American League, NHL, it really throws the guys off a bit. And so it's nice to see that, he's doing that and there's no complaints or anything. I only imagine for some of them it has to be frustrating. Your 3 stars of the week are not Leon Draisaitl. Nope, McDavid's number 1, McKinnon's number 2, and Yandel's number 3. According to NHL.com, those are your 3 stars of the week. So it continues the overshadowing of Leon Draisaitl and all that. And again, if people get upset about that, I don't think Leon does. I think Leon looks at that and goes, congratulations, Connor. He doesn't care. He's making $9.5 million. He's scoring a boatload of points. And the team's in a playoff position. I don't think that Leon could care less about getting a bunch of headlines and accolades and being one of the 3 stars of the week. I don't think that bothers him at all. So yeah, McDavid's number 1. Now, I wanted to end on something that's kind of fun and positive. The Fayetteville Marksmen of the SPHL, so Southern Pro Hockey League, close to my heart and all that. They had a Storm Surge, complete with Stormy the mascot, and the Storm Squad cheerleaders from the Carolina Hurricanes. Malcolm Hayes got a touchdown as they did a football Storm Surge celebration on Bunch of Jerks night in Fayetteville. So, and I saw the jerseys they were going to be wearing for that game, and I went, oh, those look nice. Or at the very least, they were promotional jerseys because of Storm Surge night and, well, Bunch of Jerks night and this whole idea of doing the Storm Surge and all that. So it's nice to see Fayetteville, North Carolina as well, tying themselves to the Carolina Hurricanes and having this kind of a theme night that fans can have fun with. I enjoy the Storm Surge. I think it's, and again, as long as it doesn't seem overly produced, and it shouldn't be one of these big, long 25-minute productions, because when it becomes overly produced, I just get all these basketball visions in my head of the overly produced celebrations in football that they talked about in that. And so, that's something I think they want to keep away from. But this was fun, and again, it's always nice to see the tie-in between the NHL team and other smaller local teams. And so, yeah, the Marksmen as well, worthy of note, have not lost in regulation yet this year in the SPHL. So, good on them. So, there you go. You guys are all caught up on the news of the day. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, definitely regarding Cory Schneider being on waivers. The big question being, can he get his game back? That's it. Just, can he get his game back? If I had to answer, if you said, Shannon, it's a yes or a no, I would say no. It's just been too long, and I think there's been too many injuries, and I think, at this stage, it just gets tougher and tougher. I don't throw any blame at Cory. It's something that's happened to plenty of players before him, and it will happen to other players after him as well. So let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.